At the last, I would be very glad to acknowledge that conducting this conference, I was supported by a wonderful team, a team which deserves real applause. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Those were some very thoughtful words and a set of actionable proposals by worthy Dr. Kalimullah Lashari. I would now like to invite the worthy Secretary, Culture, Tourism and Antiquities Department, Government of Sindh, Mr. Akbar Lagari. Sir.
Thank you very much. I will not take much time, but the people who have been working behind the scene need to be appreciated. So I want to honor them with shawl by our worthy ministers and parliamentarians to those people who have worked behind the scene. And I'll call them quickly. They are requested to come to the stage. DG Antiquities, Mr. Manzoor Kanasro. DG Culture, Mr. Khalid Chachar. Dr. Kalim Lashari Saab is a lady there. Shalung khani acho, Shalung. Eda dio na. Manzoor Kanasro Saab. Khalid Chachar. साईं निसार खोड़ो साहब के गुजारिश है त सभिनी खे शालूं पाराइनि साईं निसार खोड़ो साहब साईं मोहम्मद अली भुट्टो साहब साईं खुर्शीद जुणेजो साहब डॉक्टर कलीम लाशारी साहब से असांजो कोऑर्डिनेटर आहे उनखे बि शाल पारायोसीं डिस्टर्ब न कयो हिकिड़ो मिंट मूंखे डिस्टर्ब न कयो इम्तियाज़ शाह इंचार्ज संबारा मिस्टर प्रकाश मिस्टर अमर फयाज मिस्टर सईद मेमन अब जल्दी अजर ॾींदा वञो शालूं मिस्टर मुजाहिद शाह मिस्टर हिदायतुल्ला राजड़ मिस्टर सलीम सोलंगी DIG Larkana, Mr. Abdullah Sheikh is around and he'll be coming shortly, and Commissioner Larkana, Abbas Baloch Saab. And we are thankful to Mr. Kashif Tipu, Deputy Commissioner Larkana, and Mr. Kamran, SSP Larkana. And I request Principal Cadet College Larkana, Mr. Zahir Sher, Curator of Mohen Jo Daro, Mr. Bakshar Mehranvi, I think he's not here, but he did very nice work yesterday. Mr. Habibullah Mehman, Mr. Mehdi Shah and Ajaz Sheikh are in Karachi. They were working at Karachi. Dr. Hafiz Jamali Saab, Mr. Rakhil Morai and Mr. Madad Ali Sindhi. Certificates. Shaukat certificates. Certificate देना कितने है लिस्ट हाँ मिस्टर अब्दुल फत्ताह शेख हाँ now there are few certificates for media. Mr. Alamgir Ranjani, come to the stage quickly, please. Habibullah Mehman is coming for shawl. Hidayatullah and Habib. Yes, please. They are our heart shots. Salim Banjna? Now the certificates. Mr. Alamgir Rajani is here. Mr. Sanaullah Rajad. Mr. Mudassir Kazi. Ms. Noshin Hussain. Ms. Shireen Hussain. Mr. Umar Ali. Ms. Amna Nasir. Ms. Ikra Junejo. Mr. Shabir Kumbhar is requested to come for the shal. Mr. Shabir Kumbhar. A member of our technocrats team. Shabir Kumbhar he to Shabir. हाँ हाँ ठीक हाँ ठीक है सब कुछ
Young man, just say something about it.
हाँ हाँ
From Facebook and media.
Miss Amna Nasir Ikra Junejo. Now Amber Zulfkar. Miss Aisha Mir. Mr. Fahim Memon. Miss Siham Bashir. Dr. Muhammad Ali. Mr. Mujahid Shah.
Just a couple words of appreciation for the young man.
And this event was continuously being telecasted on live Facebook page Electronic Diary, and we are really thankful to the team of the youngsters. Electronic Diary, thank you. Mr. Shahjahan Sheikh, Mr. Ismail Panwar, Mr. Shafqat Jatoi, Ms. Shumaila Iram, Mr. Sabir Kaka, Mr. Mohib Syal, Mr. Naveed Sangha, Abdul Hussain Mirani, Mr. Tahir Taj Bhai and the team, Mr. Khalid Azad, who did nothing, he was busy 24 hours. Mr. Shaukat Samejo, who is distributing the certificates, Mr. Abu Ubaidullah, and Mr. Saeed Memon. There is a great lobby of Mr. Mujahid Shah and Saeed, including Mario Yama. And let me inform you today that the lunch for today has been hosted by our Honorable Minister Sohail Syal Sahab. And before lunch, there will be gift of ajraks to the participants these ajraks are also from Honorable Minister Sohail Syal Sahab. So when the speech of our chief guest is over, kindly do not leave your seats. There's a recap of all these 3 days. That's less than 1 minute. Less than 1 minute recap on the screen. That will be less than 1 minute, and then everything can be seen on the stage. Less than 1 minute. Yes, please carry on. The drone footages. Thank you very much. And before Honorable Nisar Ahmad Khodo Sahab, though it was not in the schedule, but on my request, just few words by Dr. Jensen.
Dear colleagues and our friends from Sindh and from Mohen Jo Daro, I think this was the greatest and most beautiful conference I ever have been attending in my life. And you see, the little but very important difference is your being our hosts came from your hearts. And this is what has made it not only an intellectual event, but a personal event with all of you. So if I may, in the name of all delegates, thank you for this wonderful event, and I'm very sure, as has been mentioned before, this will be an event nobody ever will forget. And with the covering of the press, and with these videos and all these words, this conference has to be spread to the world, that the world knows Mohen Jo Daro is still alive, and it will be alive in future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jensen. Really the big words for us, that you said that you have never attended such beautiful conference in your life. That was really a big credit for us. And before inviting Honorable Nisar Khodo Sahab, I would like to thank everyone here, the press, the delegates, the guests, the writers, intellectuals, and everyone who participated and everyone who was with us. We are really indebted and we are really thankful. Now I request Honorable Nisar Khodo Sahab to conclude the conference.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Minister Culture, Government of Sindh, Syed Sardar Shah, the members of the Provincial Assembly of Sindh sitting on the stage, the delegates, the scholars, researchers, the excellencies, the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, or good afternoon. I also feel proud to be here at a concluding session, trying to say a few words, a concluding session of a conference which was held after 1973 in 2017. It's been a long time. It's been a long time that we've had such an event here for a site which is now a World Heritage, for a site which we are all proud of, for a site which teaches us what the civilization could be, which is probably a lesson giver to the generation today, how people thought of the environment, how people thought of the sanitation, how people thought of the straight lines and streets and all those things that you see here on the site of Mohen Jo Daro, which is obviously something worth looking at and probing into. You are the scholars and the researchers, and I must appreciate your commitment also. And I must appreciate the persuasion. I'm sure it must not have been a very extraneous persuasion by Sardar Shah, but he thought of it. So let us all clap for Sardar Shah and the Secretary Culture for having thought of doing something like this, which brings Mohen Jo Daro back in focus of the world. It is there for the world to own it. We have in our small way tried our bit to bring you all together from all over the world to come here and see for yourself how much we love the site. I'm sure you must have had full houses for all these 2-3 days. But I'm sure if the hall was bigger enough, then I could see so many people, students standing outside, probably wanting to know what's going on in here. You would have even a bigger crowd for knowing about Mohen Jo Daro. I would also appreciate the delegates who have come here from all the way across the globe and be a part of it, be a part of giving ownership to the site which is called ownership, archaeological sites. We have here Nilofer Sheikh Sahiba also, which was once the Vice Chancellor of a university and who is also an archaeologist. So all those people who belong to Pakistan or the people who have come from all over the world has given so much of importance to this site. For 3 days, you must have had deliberations on the whole Indus Valley civilization and different archaeological sites available in this part of the world. Obviously, we are proud of our history also. It's history that goes centuries back. Even in this site that we are standing here, I believe it was first excavated in 1920s, and today is 2017. This site itself is a century old, having been excavated. We have survived so many years. There have been problems about this site. There could have been so much more done to it. It could have been expanded. We could have explored certain other areas also, because the site is intriguing, and how big it was, how the people lived, what is the story behind it. All these things that is bothering our mind have to be known to each other. With this pressure of people here, it is to also emphasize upon you to take up the case of Mohen Jo Daro and the other sites and come forward with your contributions, with the world contribution, so that we can show to the world what the globe was like 1,000 years back. I'm sure you must be thinking on these lines to contribute more, help the sites more, and we are here to adhere by the principles of preservation. I would also say that these people who have come here, it is a realization for them also. तव्हांखे बि ख़बर पइजी वई त दुनिया जा माण्हू मोहन दड़ो जी केतिरी इज़त कनि था, तंहिंजे करे हिते आया आहिनि. Now it is up to us to preserve the site so that we can tell the world that we love our history. We know what the traditions were or not, but nevertheless, it is a proud presentation that we should be able to show to the world that having passed 100 years, we are still striving to make it better. I am not a technical person. I would not say what is to be done, but I'm sure your suggestions in all these 3 days would be documented, as your Secretary Akbar Lagari has documented every event of this conference. I'm sure the other suggestions must also be written, documented, and recorded so that it could be a help to the government to do more. So, having said that, a small little thing that I just came across my mind, that we have a museum. We come here to visit the museum and the site. I wish Minister of Culture would think in this aspect that some kind of a documentary to introduce Mohen Jo Daro to everyone who comes to visit Mohen Jo Daro and this museum should know what the background is. I've seen in the neighboring countries some archaeological sites, you have this sound and music system. And it is so engrossing, it is so imposing that this could be done here also. This could be done here also with Kaleem Lashari, who also belongs to Larkana. It is on us, on him also, to think on these lines, to provide the knowledge to people who come here, provide the data, provide the background, and so that people also value the site that they have. Now, this civilization, which is about thousands of years ago, tells us, and it's a lesson for our living standards today. And if the people lived in such good standards in those times, what should we be doing to improve our standards, improving our living, improving our thinking, innovative ideas? Innovative ideas, they must be very innovative. Swimming pools of such kind are not really built today. They don't have so much drainage system. They don't have these things to look at. But anyway, sir, I can't conclude but say that it is not enough. Whatever you've said today has to be put into implementation. Whatever you've contributed in your deliberations, it has to be put to practice. And hopefully, the next conference will not be held after 50 years. And yes, why not? A good idea. Why not have this conference again? Today is 2017, and year 2022. 100-year celebration. Now, for 100-year celebration to be celebrated on the site, we must improve in our facilities. From today onwards, we have enough time of 5 years so that we can come back and appreciate the efforts of this conference and the deliberation and the efforts of the government of Sindh for having given attention to the site, and do more so that we can then tell, yes, we deserved it. We deserve the site, and we are the people who can preserve everything. So thank you so much for having come to Mohen Jo Daro. Mohen Jo Daro also reminds us of our great leader, Shri Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who, being the son of the soil, paid due attention to the site. having called the VIPs of the world, bringing them to this place, telling them that we cherish the fact that there was this civilization here, and we will keep learning from it, sir. So all those delegates, the scholars, the researchers, come back again. We made the airport for you also. We made the airport also. And there is no problem of law and order also. Come here, visit your place, and keep suggesting what more can be done for Mohen Jo Daro. And so that this Indus civilization that we are proud of is given the due importance that it needed. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Sadar Sahab, Sadar Shah Sahab. Thank you, Akbar Lagari Sahab, for bringing back Mohen Jo Daro in the world focus. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now the gifts of Ajraks by Honorable Tariq Khan Sahab. He is requested to present the gifts of Ajraks to the guests sitting on the stage, and our team is requested to present the gift of Ajraks to the audience. And I request Honorable Commissioner Abbas Baloy Sahab to come to the stage and receive the present of shawl from Honorable Nisar Ahmad Khodo Sahab, and one more shawl for DIG Abdullah Sahab and our team member Altaf. Shawl, gift of shawl to Abbas Baloy Sahab. Thank you, Abbas Baloy Sahab. You were very kind and very cooperative. And Mr. Altaf Bhatti, thank you. And Honorable Commissioner is requested to receive another shawl for DIG Abdullah Sahab, also he is not here. Another shawl for DIG Abdullah Sahab, Abdullah Sheikh Sahab, who did well for the security of our guests. And another gift for our delegates, that is the DVD of all programs. Thank you. And the credit goes to Mr. Mujahid Shah and Saeed Memon, and they themselves will present on the stage DVD of the program.
Facebook cheetahs. They have been live broadcasting our event on Facebook and in Twitter for last 3 days. And a certificate of appreciation for Mr. Hari Prakash. Please give him a round of applause. Please stay seated to receive your gift of Ajrak. Our staff is distributing Ajraks among the audience. Please stay seated to receive your gift of Ajrak. We have two more gentlemen who have specially traveled from United States for the purpose of attending this event. In fact, they are representatives of Sindhi culture in US, in Houston. They still maintain a traditional otak in Houston, Sindhi otak in Houston. So I would request Mr. Sana Nizamani and Samad Nizamani and Taj Nizamani to please come on stage and receive certificates of appreciation.